my brothers and sisters. This is Mandy Smith here, coming to you from my favorite tree. I like to lean against him every day on my walks, and he reminds me of the tree we see in Scripture, which has roots that go down deep in the Lord, that is not afraid in times of drought, and that always has fruit and is always has green leaves. This one is just starting to get its green leaves back again. So this is not quite the tree in Scripture, but it reminds me of that one. It has seen many good and bad times. And today I'm reflecting on Palm Sunday. It's going to be a bit of a different Palm Sunday this year, since we won't be able to watch people actually going to church or be together at church. But I'm reading the story of when Jesus comes into Jerusalem, and people are crying out to him, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest." But the Pharisees say to Jesus, "Rebuke your disciples." And Jesus comes back with the words, "But if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out." So what a possibility that creation cries out, that creation worships. And so this Palm Sunday, even if we don't look out our windows and see people headed off to church to worship in obvious ways, what we can see is all of creation coming into bloom, especially in the northern hemisphere anyway, and worshipping in its own way, maybe not the way that we recognize, but by being the creatures that God has made them to be. And I'm reminded of God's words in Isaiah 55. "As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return to it without watering the earth, and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire, and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the hills will burst forth into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands." It makes me imagine this strange possibility that the palm trees that people use to take the palm branches to show worship to Jesus on that day may have felt a little bereft, may have thought, "Hey, I was using those to worship him already. I want them back so I can show him my praise as well." So it's a strange thing to imagine, but we have much to learn from the way creation already lives in harmony with the King, the way the trees and the owls and the foxes are already worshipping him by being the creatures that they were made to be. And what does it look like for us to do that? To worship him as the creatures we were made to be. Let that be your invitation this rather strange Palm Sunday.